what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talks Podcast. I actually have a very special guest that I have here. He's a shipmate of mine. When I say shipmate, it means that we both serve in the United States Navy. He's actually got a great background, was able to accomplish so many great things while he was in the Navy as well. But, the thing that we're going to talk about is his journey as an entrepreneur and all that stuff. But JB, Justin Butler, man, what's going on, bro?
Oh, I'm going good, man. Thanks for the call, man. I love sharing knowledge. I understand my purpose in life is just to help people and stuff like that too. So, because when it comes to this financial space and entrepreneurship, everybody can do it. Did you got trials and
Yeah.
tribulations, of course, but that we use that as a learning experience, and I just like to, and I'll share my journey on how I got to where I'm at now, and hopefully help some people along the way.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll just kind of go into the Navy first, right? Because it's
Hmm.
obviously near and dear in our hearts, both you and I. But you basically reach like the highest enlisted rank you could ever get, right? As a Master
Yeah.
Chief. So for people that are not familiar with the ranking structure for the U.S. Navy, a Master Chief is an E9, and the highest you could ever get as enlisted. So I personally, for me, I retired as a Senior Chief, and JB just in here, he got to the Master Chief rank, which is highly, highly commendable, and it's not easy to attain, man, to achieve. But for you, bro, what got you like? What was your like reason, like your why you joined the U.S. Navy first of all?
Oh, well, that's kind of simple. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat and say that I was the one coming from poverty and all that stuff. My
Yeah,
dad was in the Coast Guard. As had me as it when he was an E3 real young. So
yeah,
him and my mom did what they needed to do. I always had food on the table and stuff like that too. So, but made me join the Navy. I was in high school. I played basketball and all that stuff, but I realized being 5'10", it ain't a high probability of going in there. I
yeah,
had a
yeah,
couple scholarships and stuff like that too, but I wanted more. I wanted to be like a engineer or a doctor or
yeah.
something that's another high paid company because to be honest, people in my being African American, there's not many
Right,
people that they can look up to with those other aspects because we're always thinking it's professional sports or fail, which is not the
you're right,
case.
right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
my dad didn't have the money to pay for college, so I used the Navy. Just like probably 99% of us, we joined the Navy
Percent.
to get college, to get our college
Yeah,
paid for, and then we get out. And then what
right.
happened was I got in the Navy. I started moving up the ranks quick, and I was like,
Real quick,
man,
yeah.
the first and 15th, man, is like guaranteed. And I was living that
Right.
lifestyle, so I got comfortable. And I did finish my school, and then the my wife now, which was my girlfriend at the time, we had my son, and I was
Yeah.
still like in my fourth year of the Navy, and I was like, look, I need to provide the benefits and stuff like that too. So I stayed, and then built this thing and got to the ranks that I am now because the Navy actually got to where I'm not going to sit here and down dog the Navy, even though
Right.
when you retire, you try to step away to get into the civilian life because it's very hard for us, especially doing 20 years and over. But what I
Right.
realized was that the Navy was the background to like leadership, integrity,
Hmm.
all that stuff that we live now, which helps us be an entrepreneur and do this. And I'm gonna be honest too. I was like, once I got to the point of E9, I was like, what's next? I can't get no more
What's
money.
next?
It can't be at E10.
Right.
But the thing about it is, I wanted more. I wanted more. I wanted more. I'm addicted to financial game. I'm addicted to money, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, I have a gift through my education and mentors and stuff like that too, and me just reading and studying. I have a gift that I could help. I help several people get to six figures, and even I got two people that's like in the seven figure market now, just from being with me and stuff like that too, from
I love
strategizing.
that.
But there's no, everybody has a reason of why. Obviously, my family and stuff like that too. But for me, I always tell somebody, do it what's in it for you? I understand your
Right.
why, but me is just simple. I just wanted more, and I know that
Right.
my mindset changed to like I can achieve everything. I can achieve anything
Yeah.
that I manifest, and then the
Right.
most important thing is consistent discipline and consistency, and that's what got me to where I'm at now.
Bro, you spoke everything that I believe in, as far as manifestation mindset, having a mentor, and just thinking much bigger, right? And it's so dope to see, bro, a fellow chief in the U.S. Navy, a fellow veteran, who's trying to do a lot more than what we initially believed that we'd retire initially, like do 20 years and then probably work somewhere else and do another 10 or 20 years and then do that again. But um, obviously having that mindset is different, like believing that we can do so much more, right? And that's one of the things I tell others too, is like, man, comfort is it's the enemy of success, bro. And it's the same thing for me. I got up in the ranks rather quickly, but I said there's other things I want to accomplish in life, and creating wealth and all that stuff. You can't do that while you're in the military unless you obviously invest in other things. But for you, it looks like and sound like you're doing amazing things because of your mindset initially. And I'm not sure if you want to share, like your medical history as well and all of that stuff.
Oh
But
yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
I
So
yeah,
before I get into that too, man, I was gonna
yeah,
tell everybody too, man. Jay is he's a mini mentor to me too, and
I
inspiration too,
appreciate
because
that.
I was like, man, he retired as a senior chief because he seen the opportunity, and the same with me,
Hmm.
because we both. I remember when we was talking when we was in Millington, we like, man, this is
Right,
easy. We could ride this 30 years out. But when
right,
the opportunity came for us to be entrepreneurs and we actually changed our mindset and believed in ourselves, we like,
right.
look, I'm not scared of retiring, because retirement's
No,
scary. You're like, man, the first and
right.
15th ain't coming no more. I
It
get
ain't.
a
Yeah.
paycheck every month, so and we got to deal with
Right.
that. But I mean, we're all and look at us now, we're successful. But yeah, going on to the medical
Another
history, I
girl.
just wanted to tell everybody too that I did find out. So actually, 2 days after my retirement ceremony, I found out that
Yeah.
I did have cancer. So
Man,
that was tragic to my family, and it was stage 4. So I asked the doc
bro.
immediately, because it didn't really hit me at first, because I'm a
Yeah.
prideful and I'm a positive person. So I asked the doc. I mean, I told her to be honest with me. I was like, look, how long do I got, so I can make sure. I've had 95% of my family set up with my trust, my companies, and all that stuff too. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure that I go out. And she was like, Mr. Butler, it's 2024. I mean, you're gonna be all right. We're gonna fight this thing, and you can live as long as you want. So I was like, cool. So I've been fighting this
That's,
battle. I got 2 more sessions left. Hopefully be in remission in a couple months, and I wanted to use that too as a inspiration too, because even though
yeah.
I had this cancer and chemo, it's been, I ain't gonna lie, it whoops my ass some
I
sessions. I'm
bet.
not gonna sit here and in front and call it that, man. I have days where it's just bad and good, but I keep
Tough.
striving because of my why. So sometimes I know I go on social media and everybody has their problems and their stuff like that too, but I'm sitting here with stage 4 cancer and still progressing. So I ask people, I was like, look, what if I could do it, you could do it. You know what I mean? Like, just stay.
Bro.
And the thing
Yeah.
about it is just the not. I'm gonna keep saying. I probably said 3 or 4 times in here. It's all about mindset, consistency, and discipline. You got that, you're gonna have all the wealth,
Yeah.
all the financial, everything you want in
Bro.
life. I'm telling you, that's just the way it is. And it's people be like, "That's is that simple?" Yeah, it
It's that
is.
simple. It is.
But you
Yeah.
know what? A lot of people from my experience with consultations, it's 2 things that people don't do, and it's
Hmm.
they don't stay consistent, and they
Right.
don't commit to action. They have
Yep.
all the knowledge in the world. They read 20,000 books. They've hired 15 mentors. They went to 8,000
Right.
courses. Hell, some of them even smarter than me, and yet
Oh yeah.
they don't do the action. So that's
And
why I
that's
encourage people to take that
yeah.
step.
You know what, man? Because I say the same thing too. Entrepreneurship is not necessarily for the most intelligent ones, right? It's about people that are willing to take the action, willing to sacrifice and put in the work. And for us, I believe because of our experience, what we went through in the U.S. Navy, this the self discipline, the self motivation, the self drive that we had to learn from the very very beginning, because we don't quit, we can't fail,
Hmm.
right? Because at the end of the day, we have a mission to make, and for me, what I'm able to bring into entrepreneurship was those experiences that we were able to learn and truly like develop while we were in the U.S. Navy, man. But for you, man,
Exactly.
I wanted to bring that up. Your current medical condition, bro, because it's been such an inspirational thing to me that you are not letting that get the best out of you, and let like giving up and say, oh man, this is it. There's nothing else I could do. But you continue to fight on, and you made it even look like it wasn't stage four. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like you're fighting, you were positive, and I see that on your social media platforms and all of that stuff, man. So I just wanted to bring that up because that's huge, and I just want to say this publicly that I'm inspired by that, man. So JB, I definitely wish you complete and be in recession your mission and all of this and completely out of it, man, because I feel
Yeah,
like
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
yeah, like after going through all of that stuff, now you could truly focus in building your empire, bro. And so I kind of want to transition into that, right?
Hmm.
When it comes to that entrepreneurial journey that you have, were you already having that mindset while you were still in the U.S. Navy, or did it kind of develop like afterwards?
It was while I was in the Navy, my last like 4 or 5 years, because I knew I was
Yeah,
capable, and I was going to go the traditional route. Like, I'll do my 25 to 30. I'll finish
yeah,
up with a government job, have two retirements, and do that. But then, honestly, it was when COVID hit, and we was
yeah,
teleworking our tails off. We had all this free time, and at that time, all I was doing was, and I was in Hawaii at the time, so all I was doing was
yeah.
working out and running. And then I had
Wow.
time to reflect, and that's when I started learning. Really dove into it. Like, I knew about it because I studied
Yeah,
economics, but I really got into investment and how can I get the highest rate on my return with different types of
dope.
investments. So I really dove into that, and I was like, "Yo, I can do this. Yeah, am I gonna have rough times? Yeah.
Yeah,
Am I gonna do this? Yeah, I'm gonna do this." And then what I did was, a lot of people don't understand is I hired I'm gonna be so transparent. I probably paid over $110,000 in mentorships. And I can
bro.
tell you right now, the reason why is people don't
Yeah,
understand. They look at the price and not the outcome.
yeah,
Like when you're
right,
paying for my consultation, and my consultation is fairly cheap compared to other people, and I could price it high, and I'm probably gonna move it up here in the fall, but you
right,
get 45 minutes of me giving you a strategy particularly for that individual based off the questions I had. And it's only
right, right.
199 for 45 minutes. People are charging $1,000 for like 30 minutes. And the thing
No,
about it
100%.
is,
Yeah,
like, I'm real, and I'm not trying to sound conceited, but I'm confident. I'm real confident in what I do because it works. I mean, I have so many
right,
people that I helped, and it's not. I mean, obviously, I'm getting paid for my time, but I really enjoy when people come back and say, "Look, I'm doing this. You help my family. I'm able to buy this house. I'm able to." Get the car of my dreams. I'm able to go on
right.
vacation. I'm able to spend more time with my family. And you and
Yeah,
me know, being in the Navy, that's why we're entrepreneurs, because we want our time back. You know what I mean? And that's what I
exactly.
said. I said, I'm getting my time back. We miss anniversaries, we miss birthdays, we miss all of this stuff. And I
Yeah,
said to myself, like, I'm not doing that no more, because
right,
I see veterans do that too. So I do target a lot of veterans because I hate the fact that I see veterans and my peers, my shipmates, my friends, like, why are you struggling more when you retired than when you was
right,
in? It should be the
right.
opposite way.
So it
And
should be
it's
the opposite.
because of
Yeah,
lack of finance, and it's a lack of financial literacy. So,
education. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
financial education is key. Yeah,
mm-hmm, yeah,
bro. And I mean, with that being said, man, like it's really important to be knowledgeable in that, and it's not necessarily my big forte as far as like where I could teach others, right? That's where
mm-hmm,
you basically that's where you come from, but I truly believe in financial education, like that. We all need to have that because that's not something that we teach, like, or you can necessarily just learn at school, right? So you got to hire the right people, the right mentor, the right coach in order to learn that. And I believe in mentorship, just like you are, and just like you, I'd spent a lot of money in mentorship when I got
Mm-hmm.
out because I saw the value in that and what it'll bring me back, as far as that knowledge base, where I learned something like a skill set and I'm able to apply it to that way I could 10x that particular, knowledge and the ROI
Mm-hmm.
back. And, that's definitely key, man. And on the financial education side, JB, what, like, that's one of the businesses that you're in, right? Like, how are you helping others, like, especially like, your ideal avatar? You mentioned you're targeting other fellow
Mm-hmm.
veterans as well, which is important, like
Oh yeah, I can go
that.
through that. Yeah, first of all, I'll go
Yeah,
through all I do because people hear the word entrepreneurship and they're like, "What does that mean? What do you do? Do you do this? Do you do that?" Well,
right.
entrepreneurship is basically working for yourself and strategizing and I'm not going to nerd out, but entrepreneurs are the 2% that actually there's the 2%, and out of that 2% of people that's entrepreneurs, 60%, if they consistent and disciplined, become multimillionaires. That's a
Hmm.
statistic. That's as simple as
Right.
that. But go back to what I did. So first of all, I started when I was in the Navy. I was doing credit repair on the side for free because I
Wow,
understood the
bro.
credit system. Because
Huge.
I studied the FCRA and I know every
Yeah.
U.S. code law by the back of my hand. Like somebody said they need something, I can tell
Wow.
them send this letter, put this code in there, and it will get deleted or
Yeah.
removed immediately. So then I
Yeah.
had a mentor. He was like, dude, you know how much money you could be making doing this? So I came up with a
Crazy.
whole system, a whole team. So that was my first thing.
Wow.
And I still do credit repair. I have a whole team that does that. So that's the side
That
of my
does that.
business that I do too. And then
Nice.
once I got my master's at Howard for finance, I went back to American Financial Institute and got my
Yeah.
actual certification to be a financial consultant. So I can work for a company, and that wasn't going to happen. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I said I'm gonna start my own business, and I started consulting, and I started reading because when I consult, and I tell you, and I could tell you the biggest difference that I do that other people don't do, which a lot of
Uh
people
huh.
don't do, is when I tell you something, I did it. I'm
Right.
not telling you nothing that I haven't done because most of
I
these
love
people,
that.
and I'm gonna tell people that's watching this right now,
Yeah.
be careful when you're on social media because they sound good. They're renting these cars, they're filtering their background,
Hmm.
and what they're doing is they're teaching you something that they learned from a book that they haven't actually applied.
Apply it
And that is
yeah.
key. And you need to research that crap. And I can tell you that right now. But alongside of that, I do financial strategy specifically for each person when they get on a call. And then I'm coming up with a course. So I've been making my course, which will launch in June. And my podcast will launch on June. So come to my podcast when I launch it.
Yeah.
And then,
Of course.
but I have a lot of I got a lot of income streams. Like they said, the average millionaire has seven income
7.
streams.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
seven. So I got
Nice.
my financial consultant. I got my credit repair. I even help people structure their business and get business funding within the first 30 days of them opening up an LLC so they can invest it and
Bro,
start
that's,
making more money. I do IULs insurance, but the only thing is I can give people term and all that stuff, but I give IULs because I want people to be rich. I'm not gonna lie to you. So that's what me and my
yeah.
team do is for that. And then what I recently got was, and and other people like I'm pretty sure when you put this out too, you'll put all my social links on there too. But I
Yep.
dived into faceless YouTube for the last
Yeah.
8 months, and
Dude.
I actually that's paying me out like 12 to 15,000. I mean, a year and stuff like that too. And I mean,
Dude.
I can
Yeah.
show you right quick. I'm gonna show you right quick, so
Yeah.
people can,
Yeah.
like I told you,
Hey.
I don't play around. I like to show receipts. So
Yep.
here's my 2 YouTube plaques, 100,000 subscribers, a million subscribers, and I never show my face.
Dude.
I never show my face,
Dude.
and I show you how to do that too. So that's an
I
income
love
stream
that.
on itself. That's an income stream on itself. And then I'm starting
Yeah.
actual face YouTube too that I'm gonna grow. Which if that grows, it grows. Which I'm pretty sure it will. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to put I always want to do it for knowledge because I have a lot of stuff to say. That's why I'm doing a podcast and
bro.
stuff like that too. And then I own
Yes,
probably like six properties. Three of them are Airbnb. The other three are long term. I got a laundromat that I own, and then I got three investors. We own a storage unit in Philadelphia. So those
dude.
are my streams of income, and I'm in the process of buying. My wife just, well, you know, my wife. She's retired too. She did 28, but she just went to esthetician school and got her degree. So we're about to buy an
Yeah,
existing business and stuff like that too.
dude.
And that's the one key too I want to put out there for
Yeah,
entrepreneurs.
yeah.
If you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to start off fast, open up an LLC. Come see me if you don't know how to do it. I
Yep,
structure it
yep.
right to get the funding and put a down payment on an existing business that's already getting revenue.
Already,
You
yes,
don't you
bro.
don't if sometimes I'm not gonna lie, sometimes people are not built to start from the beginning like me and you did.
From the scratch, bootstrapping is
But
yeah.
you buying an existing business, and I'm talking about boring. Yeah, I just told you laundromat and storage unit. Those are boring. And I can tell
Boring
you right now, as
businesses.
an
Yeah, yeah,
entrepreneur, as a business, if it's boring, you are rich. That's how I got to
bro.
7 figures because it got boring at one
Yep,
point. I was like, man, it's repetitive. It's repetitive. It's
right.
repetitive. But you know what? When I looked at my bank account, I'm like, all right, it's good. I'm doing good. Yeah, and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I
that's
mean, I mean, I understand like you know when you're naming all of these other business that you have. We're so aligned when it comes to that. And yeah, absolutely. I don't recommend bootstrapping a business, especially if you don't have a lot of funds, because um, it takes a lot of work. And I would rather buy an already established business because there's already footprints there, and hopefully there's also already a market and customer base, right? So, and you can get it. I wouldn't say pennies to the dollar, but you can get great deals, especially what's happening now, right? A lot of baby boomers are retiring, and
exactly.
I'd say what maybe I don't know 5% of the baby boomers have small businesses, and
Hmm.
not not everybody's going to be able to pass it down to their family because let's just keep it real. Some of them don't even want to deal with like a laundromat, you know what I mean? Because it's not
Hmm.
sexy or whatever, or like a storage place. But I understand like all of these small, boring businesses can bring you a lot of revenue every year without like
Hmm.
really doing much. As long as you can
Yeah.
improve something. If you have a small business that's already established, you can actually put in and add more value to it, and then even sell it later on down the line, right? And make money that way. But I love that,
Yeah,
bro.
I give two pro tips right now. So people like, all right, how do I
Yes.
finance this business? Drive around, maybe take 2 hours to yourself, cut off
Yeah.
the Netflix for 2 hours, and
Right.
then just drive around and look for businesses like laundromats, car washes, even
Yeah.
multi apartments, and look. Some of them are semi not modern. When they're semi not modern, it's easy. You'll be surprised. You go in there,
Yeah.
you ask the manager, like, who's the owner? They'll tell you who they are. And 9 times out of 10, they're 65 and older. And you present them
Yep.
with a plan. The reason why they don't sell is because they don't know how to. They're in their
How?
old
Yeah.
age. So they don't know how
Yep.
to. But when somebody delivers an offer and you say, look, what is your goal? And it's simple. I asked them the same thing. I was like, what's your goal? They was like, look, I'm ready to shut it down and I want
Yep.
to have like $800 million. And then I evaluate the place and I'm like, look, all right, this thing is worth $1 million, but if I add a vending machine, an ATM, this
Yeah.
automation, a website, I can value this up to 2 million. So yeah, so
Right.
we both got our problem solved. I'm making the money.
Yep.
I'm young. I'm young enough to keep it going and pass it on to my
Yeah.
kids if I want to, and keep it moving. And the second pro tip is, people might think this is weird, but it works. Find your local obituary and see who passed
Mm.
away. Because what's going to happen is they
Wow.
passed on their assets went to a family member that doesn't want that property because they like, I don't want to deal with the taxes. I've never even dreamed of doing this. And contact them and get the property. That is the easiest
Wow.
way. That's how I found that's how
Yeah.
I found the laundromat.
Bro, you know what? I mean, I provide a lot of tips. I know a lot about little things, And that tip, the second pro tip that you provided, man, I didn't know that. So thank you, JB, for schooling me. And guys, that's why we do what we do. We like to share and add value, share information, right? And that's so dope, man, because I'm with you when it comes to that small businesses and everything else. That's a great technique that
Mm-hmm.
I would advise others to moving forward to look into that. And perfect example. I got this guy. I call him Gunny here locally where we're at. He's about 70 years old, man. He's got a window tinting place that's doing 7 figures already a year, right? He's got 3 employees and himself, and essentially he wants to retire, but he can't. He doesn't know how to sell it. He didn't have the right books, all throughout the years and everything else. And now he's like, well, I want to retire, but I don't. I have no family members to sell it to. I don't know how I can sell it to somebody. So just like what JB said, guys. I mean, you can find deals out there. You know what I'm saying? From these baby boomers
Mm-hmm.
that are ready to call it quits, and sometimes you can just get it in like, hey, here you go. There's different ways to structure a deal, but that's gonna be maybe a second podcast. But nonetheless,
Mm-hmm.
JB, man, a lot of information, bro. A
Mm-hmm.
lot. We could probably keep doing this until about 2 hours, man. But I'll probably want to dive into other things that you're doing, bro.
Yeah, because
But as far as
I
it
got a
goes,
consultation here in about 5 minutes. Another one
I
too.
know, yeah, yeah. So I figure, you know what I mean. We'll end this a lot quicker, man. Definitely for the viewers that I have in this short amount of time, JB gave you guys a lot of golden nuggets, and I promise you, once you see this episode go live, if you want to see more, comment below, and I'll invite JB back for another session and
Oh yeah, man.
do some
Jay's the
Q&A.
homie, man. I'll come back to as many podcasts as I can.
Yeah,
And
bro.
anybody has any
Well,
questions, please comment. Please
yeah,
let me know, and I'm here to help you. I promise I get you to where you need to be. And between me and Jay, you'll get to where you need to be.
100%, man. Well, JB, thanks for your time, brother. And hopefully you guys saw this and found it valuable. If you did, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode. All right,
Yeah,
peace.
can I give one more thing out, Jay?
Yeah,
Close
yeah,
this
yeah, for
out.
sure, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
shout out.
people listening, I'm gonna give you a little mindset.
Yes.
What I want to say, and I'm gonna try to say this without being emotional and stuff like that too. And it's something that I had to go through that I conquered in probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Is you are worth whatever you want. I want
Mm.
to tell you, you're worth everything that you want. Everything that you want and desire, you can have. I promise you that. I'm a testament to that. I was in the Navy. I got out, did my entrepreneurship, did a little bit while I was in, and I'm gonna be transparent. I'm a 7 figure earner, and I live the life that I want. I mean, once I'm done with chemo, I'll tell you right now, me and my wife already have 5 overseas trips planned for the rest of the year, including my
Uh,
family. And it's and the possibility of you doing that without even worrying about your financials and all this stuff. And then once you get to that point, you have people you will learn to, and that's what the Navy taught us. You learn to delegate
right.
and hire people. So you're really on a passive income. I don't run the storage unit. I don't run the laundromat. I don't run my houses. I have people that do that. They take an income, but it's all passive
Yep.
income to me. The thing I do
Love that.
every other week is I look at my bank account and make sure the deposits are coming in.
But
So
money's
you could
coming
do that.
in.
Yeah, and you could do that too. And if you have trouble with that, I'm here to help you. But believe your worth and know your value. And any talent that you have, it is 2024. Any talent that you have, you can monetize that. And if you have trouble
Bro.
with that, call me or Jay, and you can monetize anything. I can tell you right
Right.
now, people are making millions of dollars just by showing it. And it sounds funny, by just showing their feet on Instagram, and they're getting paid.
Right. You're
So
right. You're right.
so
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to leave y'all with. Know your worth, know your value, and go out there and go get it.
Dude, thank you so much, JB. There you go, man. He's definitely going back for round 2 here at Real Talks Podcast. And once he gets his podcast up and running, man, I'll definitely love to participate in that, bro, and support you as well. But thank you for hopping on, man. We'll definitely do a round 2. JB, You're my man, bro. I wish you all the best, continued success, man. And if there's anything I can do to help you out, moving forward, man, you know how to find me as well, bro. But thanks
Got
again,
you, man.
bro, and we'll link up again soon. Sounds
Yep, I'll
good.
talk to y'all later. Peace out.
There you go. Peace, man.